Hey y'all, and welcome back to Save the Day with Tara. I am a middle aged wife living her middle class life with a budget. As you can see, today's topic sinking funds. I finally finished them. Round of applause. So I think I got them done around about maybe Friday night. I worked really hard on these. It was about like my budget. I had so much ambition when I started my sinking funds. And yeah, I had more ambition than I had money. So I had to go back to the drawing board several times and really narrow down what was going on, what really needed to happen, how fast it needed to happen, and was there any opportunity for reallocations? Also taking into consideration the SMART goals that I set. So here we go. Here are my categories. There are 7 main categories. They are, of course, debt and emergency. These guys are red because these are high priority. Okay, we're going to come down here. So then there is education, pool service, HOA, and condo fees. These are next. They're moderate. Okay. And so these are high priorities. These are moderate priorities because, once again, these are time based and they are due early on in the year, or it's a large amount that is due throughout the year. All right. The next thing is going to be the savings. The reason savings is in green is because money's green, so savings. However, this particular category is high to moderate. Okay, so it's a high priority, but it can fall down at moderate depending on what really needs to happen. And paying off my debt is the number one thing to occur this year. Okay, guys, my poor boy cat, he wants in again. This is just what he does. He done did his business. Let me go get him. Hold on. What? Come on. Okay, I'm back. Bless his heart and mine too. Okay, so it'll be debt and emergency. This is important as well. But once again, these are as important. So it just depends on what's left between here and here that may go in here. The next thing is car maintenance. Car maintenance is a moderate to low priority. This is something, yes, that I want to most definitely have a sinking fund for, just because my car is older and it is paid off. I just want to make sure I have money to do my oil changes. I think I need tires. I don't need a battery. I've already gotten that. But the filter changes, things like that. Car tags and licenses are coming up, and any major repairs. So most definitely making sure I just have the money available for that. Now, there are several ways I'm going to be funding this, which is great. Any leftover gas money, stuff like that's going to go in there. But this is as important as well. However, the reds are high priority. The blues are what's moderate priority. And so those are next. And once again, the savings is in between these two. And this is going to be on the low end. This is really low. These are, I call them low priority. However, they're really wishful thinking because anything outside of paying my debt and, well, anything outside of these 7 is wishful thinking. I would like to have money to spend on vacation. I would like to be able to have money for birthdays and my anniversary, Valentine's Day, Christmas, special entertainment and staycations. Or when I stay, and staycation is literally just things around in the area, festivals, stuff like that. When there's a 3-day weekend, taking advantage of those things. Um, and Thanksgiving, Halloween, and of course the pool heater, infamous pool heater. However, you know what? If I had something throughout this year that I had to apply my money to, it's not going to be these things. I love my family, people, everything. However, it's going to be to pay off this debt. All right. And that's one of the things, if I am most definitely a Dave Ramsey and an Anthony O'Neill fan. Anthony O'Neill is a personality that was on Dave Ramsey, and now he has his own table talk, his own show, podcast. And he reaches out to a certain demographic. I like that. I'm in his demographic. So it's like, okay, good. I love the way he talks. I love the way he talks to me. And he utilizes the Bible in relation to money. But one of the things they are is like you aggressively pay off this debt or aggressively pay off your debt, starting with the lowest one. My student loan is my lowest debt. Synchrony is a credit card. Like I've said before, I don't really count it, but my student loan is my lowest debt, which is the one I'm aggressively paying this year. So let's go and see how we plan to do this. Okay. So, and I didn't add this up, so I apologize. I'm just going to apologize right off the bat. Here is what we have. This is a bunch of words on a piece of paper for y'all. So I need to possibly take this and you know what? I'm going to start on the back first. We'll start on the back. So on the back here, we have debt. Okay. My goal is to save without savings challenges that I have here. Is to save $16,120 this year, to save it to apply to that debt. That's $620. Let me pull this down so you can see it. That's $620 per paycheck. That's 26 paychecks. Synchrony, I want to save an additional $1,536. That'll get this card paid off. Once again, this is my card that's accruing interest. As long as I make the payment, I'm okay. And it's 18 months. And so this will be 12 months. Let's see, 12 months. I had 2 months on it. So 14. So I still have 4 additional months. But I want to get it paid off by the end of the year. Okay, so that's $60 per pay period. And that is 26 pay periods once again. So this is all year. Okay, now we're coming over here to my savings. This is the least amount that I want to do for each of us. These are mine. These are my boys. Okay. I had a change in something that I have to do. Let me bring this down. I apologize. I have a change in something I have to do. So my ability to contribute and save here has drastically changed. And when I start getting some extra money come, I think it's going to be March or April, then I more than likely am going to start all this up because that was my second SMART goal. Well, actually, it was I had 5, so it was 2 through 4. These are SMART goals 2 through 4. Was to pay debt. Anyway, and save some money. Okay. Now, I'm going to come up here. I know I said red. Red is high priority. Over here, though, it's orange. Orange is the high priority. And that's just where I put them. So these are, besides the debt, the other 4 categories that are the most important this year. And the emergency fund, we'll start there. So the emergency fund, I plan to save $116 per pay period. And but this is going to go through 2025. So I'm going to do this over a 2-year period. I'm not going to stress myself about getting an additional $6,000 because this is for a 6-month. I already have 5 months. And right now we're sitting good. So I want to get it, but at least I have at least 5 months currently. So I'm okay with that. All right. Pool service. I know this is a luxury item. I totally understand. It's a luxury item. And it's a luxury that I want because we have a nice pool. It's above ground. And it looked like a swamp when we took care of it. I understand the importance of companies that do this for a living. So yes, I am most definitely, I need this money for the pool service. Now, this amount I have to have saved up by May. I'm being very aggressive on this. However, if you looked at my budgeting video, you saw that I wasn't able to save $346 per pay period this time because stuff changes. Stuff just changes, y'all. This is, once again, this is a goal and it's going to fluctuate. So this is the goal. The great thing about it is with the $3,800, some of that is actually at the end of the year or end of the season, which is I pay probably around about maybe July for my pool to be closed. And then I pay in probably about November for the pool opening. So I'm actually saving for the pool closing and opening. So 2024 closing and 2025 opening. But the majority of it is going to go for actual pool cleaning services through the summer. Okay, so my HOA, which is another one I didn't get to save for if you look at my budget, but my HOA and my condo fees is $75 per pay period. So this one is the end of the year, and this is an important thing because it has to be paid. So instead of paying in one lump sum like I always do, it's just easier. I'm saying, hey, just go ahead and save it. Well, or put it in save it throughout the year. Our HOA fees are really cheap. It's like $225 for the whole year. You know, there's nothing cheaper than that, I think, unless there's something cheaper other than free and not having an HOA fee. But we won't go there. That's not for this particular discussion. So anywho, and it's well, I'll say this: it's more than likely cheap because we don't have clubhouses and all that other stuff. And this is an older neighborhood. When I say it's an older neighborhood, I'm even lucky to have my pool because now I think for new developments, they're not even allowed to have above ground pools. It all has to be an in ground pool, which I don't know which is worse or which is better. Don't care. I have my pool I've always wanted, so I'm happy. Anywho, back to these fees. So the majority of this is actually going to the condo that we have that is in Hilton Head. And so it is just paying our monthly taxes and not monthly taxes, paying our annual taxes and annual maintenance. And that's about it. And so that's where we're more than likely, I don't know if I don't know. I don't know what I'm actually going to do with this year, if we're going to go on vacation or not, because I have a lot going on that will just take me away from being able to have a vacation. I guess my husband and the kids could go, but whatever. All right, education. This is what changed. You see that number? It is very, very high. $7,100. That's my certification program. All right. What has occurred is I am taking over that's where the change is. That's where all of this kind of didn't occur because this is the new thing. It was $1,000 that was going to be reimbursed by my company because it's for CEUs. However, this really now is for my actual certification that I'm taking. The reason I'm taking this over is because my husband, I'm going to have him help me with the clinical hours in case I am unable to find a preceptor. We are going to go with a service that matches you for a fee. So I just, that's a lot to put on one person. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and I'll just take this back. This will be the thing that I do. So my goal here is to save $413 a pay. That did not occur this pay period either, but it's okay. Stuff happens. We'll make it work. I had planned on having this all done by September. Once again, it looks like that's not going to happen, but we'll see. Okay. All this is fluid. It is all fluid and money is fungible. So we'll make it work. The next thing I have, and those are, if you remember, let's go back. Oh, this sheet here. Those are, so we have the debt. We're taking care of the emergency fund. The savings, like I said, that's a little on hold right now. So education, pool, and my HOA. So now we're getting into these low priorities. Really, these are my wishful thinking. So, but the car maintenance actually went up. I put it down here, and we'll jump into that real quick. I did put it down here. It's $93 per pay period. I would like to have this $1,200 by the end of June. So we'll see. We'll see what kind of happens. Like I said, the money from from the gas is going to go in here. Any leftover money from gas, and you can't, you cannot. How can I say this? There's no way you can kind of predict how the gas is going to be. So I'm not trying to, make it to where I'm not getting gas so I can have money for that, because that would be ignorant. I work about 20 something, 30 something miles from home. I don't know. All I know is I work an hour one way and back. So it's a long drive, and that drive requires money, requires gas. And that gas requires money. All right. So now we're really getting into our very low priority funds, my wishful thinking, what I would like to do, and how I am going to try to do this. Okay. So this may be a little confusing to some people. When I did my budget, I planned out everything for the year. I did not do a paycheck to paycheck thing. I'm salary, so I pretty much know what I'm getting unless we get a raise. Um, and other than that, it's easy to say, okay, let me see what I'm going to do. Now, if you know, if your salary or if you get paid biweekly, there is I think it's, yeah, in March and in August, there is a third check. That third check, we normally don't have to take out certain things like my insurance isn't going to come out, so that my check will be a little more. And I think there are a couple of other things. I know that my 401k will still come out, so that's good, but the check will be a little higher. So my goal is to fund several of these with that, um, with those checks for my vacation spend. If we go, I'm going to plan for the vacation to be at the end of the year. And it's going to be around Christmas. I don't mind. It's just a matter of getting away. So I hope to have this fully funded by, to have it fully funded with this particular third check. Okay. As far as birthdays, just $500. People will get gift cards, things like that. I'm not doing anything extravagant, um, being minimal about it. So gift cards is where we're going. And that will be paid. What do you call that? That'll be fully funded. The goal is to be fully funded, the third check in March. Okay. So for anniversary, my anniversary is in July. This is not a large amount. I totally understand, but it's a large enough amount to do something special. That, I don't have to get a big gift or anything like that, but it's a good amount to do something special. That's my goal. And so when I plan to reallocate the pool, and I said the pool and car, so I'm not sure on 7/1. But so I want to start this. I apologize, y'all. I want to start this on 6/1, but I want to reallocate. I know this pool service, if I have that fully funded, I want to start reallocating it on 7/1. So there you go. All right, my Valentine's Day, $65. That's now $65 a pay. If you saw my budget video, that's not going to happen. Not this first paycheck. But whatever's in there is in there. Have to have it funded by the 2nd of next month. So I do know it has money in there that I reallocated from the trial. What do you call that? From the trial saving challenges that I did in December. So I allocated money over there, but it is almost up there. It could get up to 200. I think this next one, if I'm able to save that amount, the rest of the amount, I should be good. But we'll see. We'll see. However, there's enough in there for Valentine's Day. That means a lot to me to be able to do something special on that day. All right, I'm only doing 1,000 for Christmas. We do games at Christmas time. We really don't do a lot of gift swaps or anything like that. And so this should be enough to cover the game prizes. And yeah, this should be enough to cover game prizes and also just some gift cards and stuff like that for the kids. And we'll also more than likely be on vacation at this time as well, because we try to really do more of a vacation at this time than like a lot of Christmas themes. So I hope to have this funded fully with the third check in August. Entertainment, 800. Would like that fully funded with the third check in March. Staycation, 500. I would like that fully funded with the third check in March. Remember, these are just hopes, dreams, wishful thinking. But the thing about this is, because entertainment is all year long, but it really picks up here, I would say around about maybe April. And also the same thing for staycation. There's so many festivals and things to do, especially from July to September. All right. My pool heater, I'm not giving up on it. With the check in March, I would like to put at least $500 on it. And then starting in October, I want to start reallocating the money from here over to my pool heater. So that might help me get there just a little faster. We'll see. And I'm not even going to say that. It's just going to be for the rest of the year because things change. Things may end up changing in 2025. And so this will end up going somewhere else. But hopefully the goal is by this time, I should have this fully funded for what it's needed for. We'll see. All right. So then we have car maintenance. We already talked about that one. All right. So the last two is Halloween and Thanksgiving. So Halloween and Thanksgiving, I plan to fund these by starting on 6/1 by reallocating the pool service. So that's 346. So the goal, and it's per pay period. The goal is to this will probably be funded by the end of June, or hopefully by the end of July. And so let's see, is there anything else? Nope, there's nothing else. So once again, these are nice wishful thinking things. My first paycheck of the year has not started out that way. It is okay because the goal is to work on how can I catch up, but I most definitely am making sure that I have most definitely the debt and really trying to cover these guys here in my emergency fund. So lastly, I want to go over these third paychecks. Okay. My alarm kind of in my apologies, guys. So my third paychecks. Once again, these are it's wishful thinking. If things go according to plan, crazy stuff doesn't happen, which already has as of the time of recording this. So yay me. This was wishful thinking in regards to how I can allocate my third check. All right. So once again, these top amounts here, high priority, and this is the moderate to low. These guys here, well, high priority, moderate, and moderate to low. This is very important because they have already been included in this check, the 26 pay periods. Because remember, it's 12 months, but 26 pay periods. And so I've already divided it over 26 and not 24. So if you do this, if you go to say, hey, I want to take my third check and I want to do this, always remember, just always remember, you have to count in anything that you said, I'm going to take it over 26 paychecks. Okay. Or, for example, my pool service, because this one is in March, this 26, well, not 26, because this particular allocation on that check is in March, but it's not in the August one. You have to take that in consideration too. Okay. So this is how I plan to allocate my third checks. As I stated, I want these guys to be fully funded by that check, and I at least want to put the pool heater in there. This is how much extra I would need to have on those checks, which most definitely I'm going to have extra, but how much extra, I don't know. And this one, the August third check, I think I should have no problem. The March third check, I don't think I'm putting any money in that pool heater. The great thing about writing all of this down and visually seeing where your money would be going, where you would like it to go, helps you later that when it does occur, it helps you pick or choose how fungible you're going to make it. What is going to get payment, what is not. For example, if I have to, I'll put my pool service on my credit card and just pay back my card. I don't want to, but if I have to, I will. I know that my HOA fee that's due for the summer, I'll have enough in there to pay it. My education, if I have to, I'll put it on my card and pay the card off. And the car maintenance, hold on, let me take some coffee. But anyway, my car maintenance, if I have to, actually, let me back up. I would put my pool service on the credit card. The education, I'll just pull it out of any emergency funds I already have built up. And same thing for any car maintenance, any car repairs that are very important. That's outside of car tags and oil changes. I would go ahead and pull it out of my emergency fund that I already have. So I should tell y'all that. Why would I put the pool service on my credit card? Because it'll force me to pay it off fast. And I don't feel like pool service is an emergency. It's not going to bring me any additional wealth. It's just a luxury item that I want. Whereas education, when I get done with this certification, it will help me increase my earning potential. and my car getting fixed will get me there. And so I have to get to my job. All right. Y'all, I hope this video was helpful to somebody. I hope it helped you understand possibly a different way that you are able to see your sinking funds. And like I said, color coding is great for me. I'm a visual person. It helps me to understand what I need to focus on. But hopefully it helps you say, hey, I can do something like this. And yes, once again, as she said, my budget, fluid, sinking funds, fluid and fungible. I can move that money around. All right, guys, my voice is trying to go on me. I appreciate you staying to the end of the video. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, turn on those notification bells, and save the day. See you in the next video.